Kwa majina naitwa Miriam Wenwa Oranga. I am the niece to late Baba, so I won't say much, lakini niko na dedication ningependa kupeana kwa kila mtu. And just kusema poleni sana kwa familia na we are walking this path together. So poleni sana kama familia na wananchi. Asanteni. I'm singing. All right. Hallelujah. 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 I heard don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor chord, and the major lift. Baffle King composing, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Rest in peace, Baba. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Yeah, so now I'll have to say something. By the way, this is the most difficult eulogy that I have ever made. I'm not a guy, Lakini for the first time, I'm in Yokatekna. My father used to call Oburu Wod Komolo Ondugu, and he used to call Raila Wod Luo. So then quickly the names changed to Wodi and Aluo. So me, I grew up knowing Raila as Aluo. Oburu was mostly away in school in South Nyanza. He didn't spend much time with us, but Raila would be left to look after us, to cook for us whenever my mother was away. And then Oburu said the other day that Raila liked news, even from the time he was a little child. Let me tell you, whenever he was left to look after us, and he's going to cook and it's news time, he would put me there to listen to news and then tell him later what had been said. Can you imagine? I'm supposed to listen to the radio, to the news, and when he comes, I'm supposed to tell him what was said in news. I was not more than 6 years old, I'm sure. I would hear the name of the newscaster. He was called Cosmas Bala Owade Korgwok. And then I used to hear the name Accra, Ghana. And then I used to hear an advertisement, Vaseline hair tonic. But my English was poor. So when he came, I would only tell him those things, but then I would say Vaseline hair tonic instead of Vaseline hair tonic. And then Oburu will tell you maybe how Raila was strong-headed. In school, there was a rule that when you are caned by the teacher, you were supposed to get up, salute, and say, "Thank you, teacher," which he refused to do. Every time he would get up, walk away, saying things about the teacher, maybe just mumbling, and the teacher would call him back, cane him again, until the teacher gave up. Maybe Oburu will tell you more. Then, so Raila was very, very disciplined. When he was a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, and also later when he was a director with Kenya Bureau of Standards, staying in his house was a nightmare. He would wake us up at 4 a.m. No matter what time he went to sleep, there would be a commotion. He's already going to take his morning jog. and maybe take the dog also for jogging. And then by 6 a.m., he's ready to leave for work. He was working at the Kenya Bureau Standards. So when you're working under him, you could not be late, because if your boss is already there after just at 6 o'clock, you cannot even lie that you are there on time. And he introduced an attendance register. I mean, you had to clock in. You had to clock in, and you knew exactly what time you had come. So, the third one, the fourth one. Sorry. Then, let me say that as a family, I know most of you won't believe it, but we also used to have our differences. We have, even now, we have our differences, and we can have very hot arguments. Raila and I, sometimes we used to have very hot arguments. You'll see that when he's telling us, he's trying to explain some of even his political moves, he'll be looking at me, because he knows me, I would not spare him. I used to tell him whether he wanted to hear it or not. So one time he came to my house, and then we were having a hot argument until my maid thought we were going to exchange fists. And he went to the toilet. I could hear him. Go walk, was going back to the cat. I've refused. And then you can't believe it, that the following day, we were talking on the phone, laughing as if nothing had happened. That's the way he was. He was magnanimous. He was forgiving. So what I want to say is, because I know the overwhelming love that Raila was received, many, he is very happy. But Raila, because he was so compassionate, I'm sure the only thing that is making him unhappy is that some of the people who came to receive him back got hurt by our security organs. I know you are supposed to be peaceful, but even our security organs, surely, you are well trained. You should be able to control a rowdy crowd without killing them, without shooting them, without hurting them. So as Raila's tribute and respect for Raila, let that be the last time that such a thing happens. I think that would be a befitting remembrance for Raila. Let me just say that there are a few people. Ogeta, Morris, your father, you were behind him, even at the last minute. The last talk, the last jogging, the last step he took, you were behind him. Winnie Chogo, thank you very much for being with your dad when he was sick. As for Adhiambo Nyakamami, Ruth, I don't know what to tell you. We planned with you together that you should rush to India and take care of Raila, and you are updating me every day, several times a day. And even that last day, when you told me he had collapsed, you kept on calling me. I was the first person you called until the last minute when you called, and now you are just crying. You did not talk, you are crying. So the two of us, we just wept. We wept for the last. You have been guiding us very well as a father. Please, I know that is your best friend and he has gone, but you please continue keeping us together as a family. Mama Ida, you are a strong lady and you have a beautiful family. Please continue putting us all together. I think that Odinga Tieko. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, my sister. I now want to take this opportunity to invite Taurei, who is the son of my sister Achieng, and Achieng is not able to come because she is a bit indisposed, and she is bringing her condolences through her son to Taurei to tell you one or two things. Taurei, please.
Hello, Your Excellency, fellow dignitaries, my family and friends. I'm here representing Beryl Cheng Odinga. I'm her son, her last born. Her other daughters couldn't make it at the moment, but we're here representing her. I'd just like to tell you all that Baba was Mom's best friend. He really cared about her, saw her through thick and thin, and even right now, I'm married to someone from the game. She's back there, her name is Brenda, and Baba contributed heavily to our marriage. To this day, you can still hear him telling us the same things over and over. Your marriage is the strongest thing that you have in this life. And I just want to thank him for that and everything that he contributed towards our family. Thank you.
All protocols observed, I would now want to say a few words about my brother Raila. I want to tell the mourners today that I have lost my best friend in life. I will never have any other friend like Raila. And it is with heavy heart that I stand before you to mourn him, and I really feel like not saying anything because my best friend is gone. I would like to tell you people just a little bit about Raila. I cannot say it because it is too much. I cannot tell you. It can take the whole day. But I want to tell you that from childhood, Raila was a very, very caring boy. But he was also very principled. If he felt that he was being misused, he refused. For instance, one time, my father used to live in Kisumu, and we were living with my brother Raila in Nyamira.
Quarter Simo, quarter smarter, quarter kapiata. Get the brand new Airtel Smarter Phone and pay 1,242 shillings daily for 12 months. Simply pay Uganda shillings 76k down payment and enjoy flexible daily, weekly, and monthly repayment options. Get the Airtel Smarter Phone today. Visit an Airtel shop or go to www.airtel.co.ug to order. You get 30 GB for 6 months, so you can make crystal clear video calls, stream your favorite videos, play games, and pay your bills in seconds, and share your moments in clear pictures and sound. All on the new Airtel Smarter Phone with 4G speed, long battery life, and free data bundles. Visit an Airtel shop today and get the Smarter Phone. Airtel.
3 shops, 0 results. But on Gigi, 1 search, seconds. Why stress offline? Buy, sell, use. Gigi.
Waking up so early to go and pick cotton because Mzee was very strict. Everybody had to go and pick cotton. But Raila was still sleeping. So when Mzee asked him why he is not picking cotton, he told Mzee, Baba, don't you know it is very difficult to pick cotton? Why don't you also try to pick it? And Mzee was not amused. So Mzee disciplined him a little for that statement. Again, the other time, my mother was going for a funeral to Alego. And he went to school and asked permission so that we could look after our siblings, the children, who are my sister Kinyi, who has just spoken here, and the other Achieng, whose son has spoken here. Those who are still small kids. So when we missed school for one day, the next day when we went to school, the same teacher gave us a lot of beatings, why we missed class. But my mother was not amused. So my mother went there to quarrel. But before then, when this teacher was disciplining us in class, he expected us to salute him. After he has given you the beating, you do the saluting. But Raila refused to salute the teacher. So the teacher was not amused. The teacher called him, come again for another beating. He came back, and again the teacher gave him another beating. He refused to salute. The third time, when the teacher gave him the last beating, he told the teacher that you are caning me for nothing, and my mother asked you for permission. So don't cane me again. And I can tell you that my brother also liked school. He liked school and he never missed school. And like my other brother, Agola, who did not enjoy school very much, but whenever my father put him to discipline, he went to school and studied, and that time he becomes number one. So can you imagine somebody who is a bottom and next term he is number one? And Raila was always number one in class during those days. And Raila loved sport so much so that when we came back to Nyamira, we had a field where we were practicing jumping, we were practicing pole vault, we were practicing triple jump and other athletics. So Raila became a member of the management of the Athletics Association later, and he was a great lover of football. His team was called Arsenal. Raila was and he was also a patron of Gor Mahia. He also became a patron of Gor Mahia. And recently, you remember, when Kenya was participating in the football match for Africa, he was with His Excellency the President at Kasarani Stadium to cheer. And whenever they were there with His Excellency, Kenya team won. It is only the day when His Excellency missed the football and Raila also missed the football that the Kenya team lost. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to bore you with the long speeches. We were with Raila in Germany. If you people see, he has some mark on his head. There is another mark here on his mouth. Those were, the one in his mouth was in Kisumu when we were playing at the place where Ofafa Memorial Hall is now placed. And we were playing and jumping over mango trees. And Raila fell down and I had to carry him on my back. And other people were laughing at me that Raila, that Oburu was crying. That, oh, I know Raila, wewe umeumia. Raila, ange umia. But there it was, and the other one was in Germany. He met that accident. But he was a very brave man. I tell you, one day, when 1982, when there was an attempted coup, and my brother was arrested and charged with treason, I tell you, that was another very, very sad moment for us. I went to see my brother at committee prisons. And when he was in the black uniform, which is only for people who are in the death row, and I saw him in that uniform and I cried. He was laughing and telling me, this is nothing, all this will go. I told him, how will it go and you are on the death row? I was really shaken when I saw him in that type of uniform. But Raila was so brave when he was fighting for justice. He braved it and he never feared anything. Even if he saw police throwing tear gas and doing whatever, Raila would face it. He would face it head on. He would not go back. Even when some of us were so scared, Raila would go ahead and continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank these people. First, I would like to thank His Excellency the President, who has stood with us right from the time I told him that Raila was sick. We were with him and Raila, we sat down and we organized and he agreed. And he is the one who organized the transport which flew Raila to India for treatment. I also want to tell you that the President kept a vigil and he always checked on Raila to know what was happening with him. The day Raila died, I first of all called him and told him he was in a very critical condition. I was told by my sister, Akinyi, that Adhiambo had called from India. So I called Adhiambo, and then within no time, Akinyi told me again that Adhiambo called and Akinyi was wailing. I called the President again and informed him, and he was very sad. But he organized everything. All this arrangement would have been too heavy for the family. I don't know whether I would have not collapsed if this was placed on my shoulder to take care of this big crowd here. Thank you, thank you.
Sir, your shape is incredible. How many times per week you visit the gym?
0. I'm just doing military workouts every morning. Every man over 40 should try it.
What is your advice for all men in 2025?
Every man should immediately start doing military training.
And made sure that everything was organized and well arranged as it is now. I also want